Hi, my name is Akeisha Clarke and I am 29 years old. I live in Petite Martinique and I am a farmer, aquaponics farmer to be exact. And the reason why I became a farmer is basically because of the challenges we have in Petite Martinique in getting fresh fruits and vegetables to the island safely and the inavailability to grow them certain times of the year. I've been a farmer for more than 5 years. Doing aquaponics. It's just about 3 years and I am doing it through an organization called the Petite Martinique Women in Action, which I am the president, and we formulated this project to be able to do some kind of initiative in farming that will be able to tackle the different climatic challenges that we have to deal with on a daily basis. Well, it has been good and bad. Many challenges in setting up the system, getting all of the materials here, even just with the weather. You know, it changes variably and I'm just kind of getting into the flow of how do I make this aquaponic system manageable so that it can provide sustenance for not just myself and my family, but the island's people. As I said before, I'm involved in aquaponics, which is basically aquaculture mixed with hydroponics. Aquaculture is the growing of fish, and the hydroponics is growing of plants without a soilless medium. I also do ground farming, and it's well, but it's not as effective based on the amount of water that I have to use compared to the aquaponics. The aquaponics is much more sustainable for the environment that I live in. Okay, so in our system here, I do the pak choy, which is one of the best crops to grow in the aquaponics. It basically takes about 3 weeks from seedling to full growth. I have been recently trying out cabbage, which is a longer period of time crops. I think it's 3 months. And I mostly do lettuce, the romaine lettuce, because it's the best variety that grows here. On the ground, I do sweet potatoes, I do corn, I do peas, watermelon, cantaloupes, anything that would basically grow within a certain time frame or period. I chose the crops based on the environment. Certain crops wouldn't grow in the harsh temperatures that we have in Petite Martinique. So every selection that is made is based on the temperature, the amount of rainfall that we get, or the amount of water that I will have available to sustain the plants within a certain period of time. I have so many. For now, it's the aquaponics. It's very easy, manageable. It takes a lot of research though, I would like to say that. But in the end, it pays off. Once you get to know your plants, you get to look at their leaves. They can give you different signs, tell you what's going wrong, what nutrient they may be lacking. And with that, I feel comfortable. Even just having the fish, which I think is a plus, you know, you get to look at these amazing creatures being grown inside of a tank that provides the nutrients to my plants. Then it goes back and it's fresh and clean. And the idea of that kind of gives me like a thrill, you know, an excitement, like, wow, I didn't know that before. I know that I know it. I feel like, yeah, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. But I also love mulching, having my plants on the ground and be able to take the grass that I grow and cut it up and base it to provide an extra layer of moisture and nutrients. And I like the idea of growing my own chickens, my own local chickens, so that I can use the manure from them to be able to use on my plants instead of having to buy fertilizer. It's a lot, but yeah, I have a few, not just one. Okay. One of the biggest challenges is the availability of water. Water is a scarcity in Petite Martinique. We do have the reverse desalination plant, which has provided a relief for the farmers, but it's not 100%. Sometimes there are times when we don't have water, we have to have storage. And we need to be able to find some system where we can sustain that. The next big challenge is pests. Pests create one of the biggest problems that I have in farming. And I don't like using so much of the pesticides. It's not my thing. I think that everything Anything that you grow, you must be able to pick it and eat it, and the pesticide stays within the plant. So 2 challenges, water and pests in farming. My major markets are the people on the island, which includes the restaurants, which includes the bars, well, restaurants slash bars, the hoteliers, and some of the people in Carriacou as well, which is the neighboring islands. They play a big role in supporting this initiative because they're new to aquaponics and they're welcoming the idea to be able to sample something fresh that's homegrown, and that to me is what we're trying to get at. Being a farmer, what do I like? I like waking up in the morning and coming into my farm and walking around and see that I have food around me. Seeing everything that I have planted from seed or from a branch or seedlings, and just being able to know that I grew this. It's healthy, there's no pesticide, I know where it came from, and I know where it's going. That's the greatest joy to me as a farmer. In the next 5 to 10 years, I hope that I can do some more expansion on the aquaponics farm. I hope that I can teach other people how to do aquaponics so that we can become a team of farmers who will be able to sustain our communities. I want to be able to teach the schools how to have their aquaponics system set up so that they can integrate it into the school feeding system instead of having to depend on all those imported products coming in all the time. 5 to 10 years, I hope that the government, the Ministry of Carriacou and Petite Martinique Affairs will look upon this as a beginning to what is possible as it pertains to food security in Carriacou and Petite Martinique. So my working day usually begins in the morning early, like around after 5. I come up, I check the solar system because the aquaponics has a fully functional solar system that generates energy. I check it, make sure that there's no fault warnings, there's no, the energy is sufficient. If not, then I will have to switch over to the Grenadines connection, which is easily close by. Then I check my sump tank, make sure that the water is high, make sure I have no leaks within the system. Then I go through, I look for pests, I hand remove most of my pests. I feed the fish, then I move on to the chickens at the back. I have a system that I do with them. I mix their food with the grass. You know, I cut it nice so that they have a nice balance, not just so much of the processed bagged food. You know, it's very much balanced. And I clean their areas, then I begin mulching, and that takes me up to about 10, sometimes 11 o'clock. I take a break, then I head home and I come back usually in the evening time around 3, and I check the system again, make sure for no leaks, make sure that the system is working okay, and then I do a little bit of cleaning and checking. I would check the roots, like this would be dirty, I would, you know, clean it out and replace it back, make sure everything is working properly, and that's about it for a day's work in the agriculture and aquaponics farm. As a farmer, I think it's brought what I do more into the forefront, making people realize how important farming really is to the community, to us as a people, and being able to get more customers in a sense, because they realize now that we are locked down, there's no way that they're going to get all the things that they're going to need, so they have to eat local, they have to support what they need. And that sort of makes me feel, yes, this is what I think that I want to do. This is what is making a difference. COVID-19, it has its good and its bad, but I think overall it was a plus for me as a small farmer. Yes, they have, and they have even much more supported the aquaponics business as well. They've called out, they're like, do you have any lettuce? Do you have any this? You know, they've really appreciated the fact that things are being grown here, and they put a little word out saying, you know, well, this is what is going on in Petite Martinique to their family and relatives out there, making them know that Petite Martinique is moving forward in the agriculture sector. I feel good. I feel like this is the objective that I need to fulfill as a person in life. I mean, food sort of makes the world go round. Not sort of. Food does make the world go round. And if I in any way could contribute to that continuous motion of moving and provide food to people, that's what I'm going to do. And I feel good about it. Anyone that's interested in agriculture, I say go for it. First of all, plant what you love. You're not going to get anywhere with planting stuff that you think you're going to make $1 million with in a couple of years. Think about what you love to do in farming. Think of an idea in farming that makes you happy. Start somewhere. The main thing is start to plant. Make sure you take care of your plants. That's the only way that you're going to become a successful farmer. And don't give up. There are times when it's going to be like, okay, I have my harvest, and today or tomorrow you're coming, there's a pest problem, or animals may have caused destruction. Don't let that deter you from farming. Farming is a really, really hard job, but in the end it pays off. It's worth it. It's important. It's something that more people need to get into.